Matters and Euphoria were the best songs that got released out of all of this. And then 616 in LA, I think, is a third. And Not Like Us is just the biggest banger. But Family Matters and Euphoria are the best songs that came out of this. But when it comes to what's staying on, like what has staying power, Not Like
Yeah.
Us, nigga. That's
Not Like Us
dance
it's dope.
TikTok
It's dope.
memes, you know?
It's
And I don't
it's
think that's
dope.
the
It's
best
dope.
song. It's just the catchiest one. And that's also my point that Kendrick kind of proved a
Isn't that
point
wild? Isn't that
where
wild
the
though?
best song isn't the one that's going the most. It's just the catchiest. It's the one
But
that
like I'm
has
saying,
the most, it's the one that's most digestible. It's like, oh, it's got catchy parts, it's got rememberable lines, the beat's good. Oh my God, this is blowing up. It's almost like when you make songs like that, that's what gets numbers. But if I want to sit here and
so
talk to you about something and tell you about something, it might make you uncomfortable. And it's okay to make
so
you
hold up.
uncomfortable.
So you saying that so that's not ironic to you that the biggest song out of everything is the song that has the least substance from Kendrick.
But the
No, I
crazy
don't think
part
that
is the
I don't think
song
that's
actually
ironic. I
has a
think
lot of
that's actually,
substance.
I'm saying that has a purpose because I think Drake does the most numbers, has the biggest
Yeah.
songs, and
Yeah.
has the least substance. Connect it that way. I don't
Yeah.
know which way you were going, but connect it
Well,
that
well, well,
way.
I was
And
saying
now
that
tell me Kendrick is not as good as Drake. And that's my problem.
I
That's my
mean,
problem.
at the end of the day, at the end of the day,
It's preference.
it's totally subjective.
Mm-hmm.
It's 100% subjective. You know what I'm saying? Unlike the conversation that me and Dub have over and over again about opinions and facts, this is subjective. This is subjective. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
hold on, what do you mean? Unlike, I've always said that
Because
I can't tell you your opinion's wrong.
Hey, I don't need you
no, no,
niggas to start
no, no,
arguing again, nigga.
I'm not gonna
no,
argue.
Stay
no,
No,
yeah,
no,
on.
no,
no
I'm not gonna argue.
argument,
Nah,
no
hey,
argument.
hey,
My
hey.
position, my position is, like I've always said, that the reason why an opinion can be wrong is because an opinion is made to be wrong. It's opinion is 100% subject. An opinion is 100% subjective. A fact is not subjective. So if you have an opinion on anything, it is factual. Oh, that's deep. If you have an opinion, it's factual that it can be wrong because an opinion cannot be proven. If I can't prove it, then I mean it can't be right. It can be wrong. It can be right though. An opinion can be right or wrong. A fact can't be wrong because it's factual. You can prove a fact. But moving on from that, going 17 steps back, the way that I digest music is that I know that they have two drop dates. You have traditional drop date on Tuesday, and you have mainstream drop date on Friday. So I have a couple of services that I use, and on Monday night, I go and look and see who all dropped albums, and I go look. Okay, I see it should like 30 to 40 artists. I'm not saying listen to the whole album. I look and see what's going on. Okay, boom, 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 boom. For somebody that I've heard music before, I look at the track list. Okay, they got so many songs. If it's less than 20, okay, let me see when I have time to go through this. I can play it on the way to work, on the way back, whatever, whatever. Thursday nights, I know I got 2 hours. I'm gonna listen to so I'm gonna let the top the newest six albums play or whatever. And I'm sure, or I have a inkling that I'm getting at least a percentage of the new albums that drop. If I like it, then I'm gonna put my little heart or whatever to get on there. So when I have spare time, it's gonna play. So that's how I try to get my music ingested. I try to just look at what came out every week and look at it, and then whatever try to do the eye test. But yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't got time to be listening to these niggas like that, man. Because I don't have time to sift through music when I would rather sift through some information instead. So that's why I really
I can
just,
definitely, yeah, I
yeah.
can feel
I
that
take in a
too.
bunch of information too. But
But I mean, my thing is too, like, I'm obviously, and Aaron, you mentioned it too. I mean, there's artists that I album drops, I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this fucking album. Drake drops a song, I'm clicking on the shit. Most of the time, it's in the gym
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like that's where the beats and shit, especially when he's on his trap kick, that's where it fits really well. But I just don't, man. Scorpion comes out, I just don't know a lot of niggas sitting there and listening through that album. But if he's got four bangers and filler, and when I say filler, like in some of his songs is just straight. It's like he didn't even try on the song. And like when Lil Baby got the best verse on your album, like I like Lil Baby,
baby hater.
but Lil Baby is not shouldn't have the best. You should have the best verse on your album. This is when you should fucking
I
drop.
get it. I get it now. You're a
My
Drake
whole
fan.
thing is,
You just mad at him. You're mad at him
oh,
because he don't do what he's supposed to do.
nothing was the same as I would say a classic album. And then
You're
what
a Drake
Take
fan.
Care,
You're just upset that he don't do what he's supposed to do most of the time.
I think he you know, they say lost the plot. I think he lost the plot. I think he's gotten to the point where it's age, status, and how long he's been at this level. You become disconnected. And honestly, what do you have to talk about that's really gonna, I mean, outside of songs that are catchy, that got, you know, maybe a couple good bars, a double entendre here and there. But outside of that, man, I mean, he's not speaking to me, because for me, when I'm 23,
I'm gonna tell you when
Drake's rocking it, man. But now what hits differently, and I guess it also depends on where you are in life, and it's also it's completely preference. But like you have Kendrick has a song on Mr. Morale's Father Time, which I don't know if you know this song.
Yeah. Father Time was hard. That's my second favorite song on the album. Father Time was hard.
So, and that's my favorite song on that album. And again, like I connect with it too, because it's kind of like talking, even the whole album itself, talking about infidelity, talking about things with marriage, a lot of that stuff is something that I can connect with, and something that, like, as a 33-year-old black man, I feel like he's speaking to me. Now, when we're talking about a fucking failed trip to the Bahamas or fucking whatever, but then Drake makes a hard ass song. Man. I've listened every album. That's
why you
like
do
that.
Them like that though,
fucked,
man?
You fucked up my trip to the Bahamas. But also, it's just little shit too, and just as a person as well. I think I think this is kind of like, for me, the music, and I separate music. You know, I ain't pulling up like put on that R. Kelly, but you know what I'm saying, I like still like, you know, Chris Brown used to go hard as fuck when we was on Black Planet. I don't know if y'all might be too old for that shit, nigga.
What you mean Black Planet, man? What you mean? Oh, man,
oh, y'all might, y'all might have been. Y'all was the old niggas on Black Planet. So Chris Brown was popping. What's that? Chris Brown was popping on that too. But that none of that shit matters. But like, that's what I feel like connects to me. But like, when, you know, Drake in Too Much, like I think that's one of his best songs he's ever made.
That's a hard song, man.
But it's one of the, I feel like, few songs where the nigga has substance. And I say few, and we're talking about 15. But man, out of all the music this nigga releases, and his
that's a hard song, man.
Like, and his schedule, and that's the song where you see him performing it, and that's the one where it's like this nigga was performing like his rent was fucking due, which it wasn't. But still, like, that's when that hunger was. And I think Drake, when he has that energy, he can. But a lot of that shit he gets on, he's fucking lazy. He's coming on, and it just doesn't feel like he gives a fuck. And for the most part, I don't say features carry it, but man, like it's like usually 4 songs where it's like, that's a good song.
Crew Love, and Lord Knows, and Ignorant Shit, and but only on camera. Only on he talks.
That's the song where I would say that ain't it. But then, like, you know, also lies. Too, even
I swear they
even
all
when
lies.
He's doing shit with Atlanta niggas, like what's the duo album they had?
The Future album?
Future and Drake. Nothing was the same. Nothing was the same. Oh shit. 2015 had a white cover.
The Future album? Yeah, that was the Future. Yeah. That was what's the name of the album?
It wasn't Dirty Sprite. It was the one that had the diamonds on the cover. Yeah.
What Time to Be Alive?
What Time to Be Alive? Great. I mean, bro, I played literally. That was probably like my gym mix for like goddamn 5 years. But then you got Drake with his extracurriculars.
That's what he did.
That's what I'm saying. Got extracurriculars, but also this is 10 years ago, bro.
Hold on. Can we all come to this agreement that like Drake is a vibe for situations and Kendrick is a vibe for situations?
But that's any artist though. All artists are going to be a vibe for a certain situation, for, you know, the kind of music they make.
Well, okay, so I'm glad you said that, so we can transition to my next conversation about the Apple Music top 10.
And by the way, we never said that either artist wasn't a vibe. And I also think any other artist outside of Kung Fu Kenny and Pusha T, Drake probably got him out of there with them disc records he dropped. By the way, just to say that. So
I don't think so. I don't think
Family Matters was a red button. The fact that this nigga And literally, but also too, Kendrick hadn't released an album in 2 years. Had a
That's
three or
that
four
part.
song with Baby Keem where he just kind of dropped stuff, kind of promoting the PG Lane thing, and
That
also
part.
Baby Keem's album. And it was like kind of and also I think Family Ties came out, and they're like, why is this nigga rapping like this? And what
That
was the
that
other
part. That
what was the
part,
other what
man.
was the other nigga where he's like top of the morning, top of the morning? It's like, what
I
is
remember
this?
that
And
shit.
it had niggas like confused. So it was kind of
What the
like
fuck is you doing, bro?
it was like
Like, what the fuck is you
except I
doing?
mean, what was you doing? And then but like also I like Hillbillies came out, and I saw Hillbillies where he was really they were just talking shit about Drake. Like that whole I mean, I thought it was just the flow, but then you start getting into the substance of it. It was like, hey, damn, get them girls off the stage, somebody getting taken. I'm just saying. So you got that, and then this happens. But like honestly, man, I mean, Family Matters probably fucking kills Kendrick,
If you don't step on it
except for the
within
fact
40
that
minutes,
like that came out, nigga. I was first person shooter. I think he saw too that everybody he gets mentioned, and not in a negative way, but just in general. And I don't think he wants to be in line with Drake is what his point is. But he gets mentioned, then it's a couple months later, then like that comes out, then it's like, well, Drake needs to do something. Then Push Ups comes out, then he releases that other shit, the tailor made bullshit with the AI stuff, and then it's like, Kendrick, what the fuck you doing?
That wasn't in that was the interview.
What's that?
I'm not saying it was. I'm just asking the question. I'm not. I'm not on either side
no,
of that.
we can hear you,
You're
I
brother.
just want.
breaking up, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
I'm
breaking
saying
up.
I'm not on either side of that. I'm not saying that it was good or it was bad. I'm just asking how you felt about that.
Feel about what you said? Was that the end of it?
No, that was that innovative to you.
Which one?
What was
Tailor made.
No. The one with Snoop and Pac.
That was tailor made.
Yeah, no, I don't think
Tailor
it's.
made.
I don't
Okay,
think
yeah.
it was innovated. I mean, like it actually. I think it's. I get what he was trying to do, which is throw a bunch of Cali shit and two niggas that Kendrick has said repeatedly that he fucking looks to for inspiration, and he's a California nigga. Tupac and fucking Snoop Dogg are like his top people. But I also feel like Joe Budden made a good. Oh God, Aaron.
Yeah, come to the
Joe
dark
Budden made a
side.
good point where it was like, don't be like, nah, come on, because Drake was rapping like that, where he was like, nah, you gotta finish, I think he said, nah, you following through, right? Then this nigga didn't. And I'm just saying, if you gonna release that, like you need to be it should be all fucking bars. And first of all, this nigga he brought up the nigga wife first, then the tailor made shit, and then like Euphoria comes. Really, I'm over there sitting on fucking Kendrick Lamar's YouTube channel. Fucking, I was doing the same for Drake after Kendrick would post, but I'm just sitting there, click on this shit. And to be honest with you, if Drake's beef on anybody else, is this beef as big than it was?
It would have been over.
No.
Drake would have won. It would have been over.
It would look. No. I agree.
Even
I
if the
agree
other
with what
person
you're
came
saying.
with some fire where it's actually a good back and forth, but would it be? I mean, would it be as big?
No, it wouldn't.
And I get we're saying Drake's bringing the star
yeah.
power, but the fact that it's Kendrick Lamar,
Yeah.
and where he can go from 2017 to 2022 not doing shit, not releasing shit.
Gunna
drops a single song, and
sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas, man.
Gunna snitched on a nigga, and his video
Gunna
of the
didn't
nigga
snitch,
snitching on
bro.
a nigga.
Hey, and
nobody knows. Nobody knows if he snitched.
Let me tell y'all something too. That nigga didn't snitch, but second off, and if any nigga got a problem with that too, nigga, I'm in Bentonville, Arkansas, nigga, and I got something for your bitch ass too.
Nobody coming in Bentonville, Arkansas.
Next time I'm in Houston too, nigga, like pop out and show it, nigga. I don't give a fuck. I won't beef. Fuck all you niggas.
Yeah.
Gunna didn't snitch. He said the fucking obvious. What the fuck's a nigga supposed to say?
He played it out.
But how do we know he snitched though?
Didn't he?
No, we don't know what he did. I don't know what he did.
No, he know on the court. You didn't see the court. You didn't see the court thing. He basically he said YSL and so on and so. Like he played it out, bro, in court, open court.
He didn't plead out.
He played out.
Also, too, the thing is though, there's also, I don't know if you got this shit up though, but even Thugger has fucking something saying it's a gang. Like there's shit he said about gang stuff too. So that's not even like they took that as, oh, that's a thing in the case. That's not even fucking impacting this at all. And if niggas are supposed to just, if you ain't supposed to shut, why are you even in court at this point? You can get
Well,
subpoenaed,
I'm in
you can
jail,
take the
nigga.
fifth, you ain't got to talk at all. I see a bunch of niggas in there conversating.
I plead the
I'm just
fifth.
saying, if that's snitching, then every nigga that's up there talking about I don't know nothing and making faces, nigga, you might be dry snitching. Like at this point, where's it end? But also, I know shit about niggas that make Gunna wanna look like a saint. So I'm gonna just keep quoting Kendrick though, because I mean, what
and to be
Drake had a bar though. How you big stepping with a 5'7" men's on? I'm just saying he had shit. He had shit too, but ain't nobody saying it no more.
To be honest with you, that like I think I don't know if we talk about this stuff, but I was like, some of it turned me off because like it wasn't barred up. It was barred up, but it wasn't up like I'm got some shit going on up here. What the fuck going on, man? Stop moving. Okay,
Wait, for which one?
No,
I know it's gonna be Kendrick.
The whole
because
like
you're hating, but
no. I'm saying both sides. Like when it gets to be like when the conversation is more about what happened post the songs, as opposed to like, oh, I fed you information, or I know this about you.
That was
Or
Drake.
don't make me tell like that was both. That was, but no, it was Drake talking about I fed you information, and it was Kendrick talking about don't make me tell the truth about you.
Nah, he just said, "Don't tell no
have,
lies about me. I won't tell no truths about you." That's all he said.
which was a suspected
he's
Drake
insinuating that I know some shit going on. But like this is rap, my nigga.
That's all I'm saying. But that's a
7
part of rap,
years
though.
to
Like
prove it was about
every
Drake.
diss track
No,
has been like
this
that,
rap.
bro.
But hold on a sec, because you say you don't like that, but like the most famous.
First off,
what's the
fuck
most
your
famous
bitch and
diss
the
song?
click you playing.
Oh, exactly.
It wasn't no innuendo in that. It wasn't no guessing. It wasn't no having to. What are you talking about? No, let's come.
He did
Let
the
me.
same
If I'm a
type shit.
diss you, I'm a diss you.
He said Kendrick dissed him.
Well, I think. Well, hold on a second though, because what you're saying is he did it, but also it was like a warning and like a, hey, this is coming if you want to go further, which was like, you know what I'm saying, like Euphoria was, that's all that was, where he talks about it and he talks about, you know, he making jokes, he like to pop ass like Sexy Red and shit like that. But what's going on?
It was all right, but long story short, about music. We was talking about how you get music. We was talking about damn, it was something I want to say.
You know, for the record, Kendrick only said he wanted to rap. Kendrick has gotten on the interview and said, "I have love for all these brothers, but I think I can just rap better than all of them." And he's kept it at rap. Drake, the one who turned to the little person. I thought Drake would have learned. This the second time he mentioned somebody's wife and got ethered on the track. I thought he would have learned by now, but I guess he hasn't. So
yeah, because like that really doesn't say. I mean, honestly, the only thing you could really say is, and even then, I would say they're all pretty direct, even on like that. You know, for all the dogs getting buried, it's the K with all these nine. You're gonna see Pet Cemetery. If like that's not direct, then I don't know what do I have to say, Drake? I'm gonna kill you, or can I use innuendo, and can I use my, you know, can I actually rap and make it tie back to something? You know what I'm saying? His albums, all the dogs.
When I heard
the Big Three, it's just Big Me. You know,
that was to me. People talked about that and like, oh, I was like, damn. But anyway, one of my favorite Drake songs, or not even songs, but it's indicators that Drake be on some shit. When he came with Ratchet Birth, that was a dope ass song, man. It's your fucking birthday, your motherfucking birthday. That's like, damn, man. I remixed the birthday song, man, to the point where like that shit was getting played at people's birthday party. And that goes to the point that I was saying that like some of this shit is not about bars. It's about artistry and being able to solidify yourself in a space that's beyond us going back and forth. Like, yeah, we can go back and forth. I can win or lose, but like they're gonna play Ratchet Birthday forever.
I ain't gonna lie, the only people I've seen playing Ratchet Birthday are Ratchet Hoes. But I don't want to be toxic
but also,
tonight.
you talking about artistry.
How many Ratchet Hoes you know?
I know a lot of Ratchet Hoes, to be honest with you.
Okay, well then, then all of them playing that shit and I won.
Came in and rapped in like every style that's like, I guess, styles he uses. Like he made a different kind of song every single time.
Who, Kendrick?
Yeah, so I'm just like, how is that? I just
did he?
No, he really did.
Did he?
He really did. He really did.
Okay, what was the first song? What's the first song?
Like that.
Yeah.
They're not like us. They're not like us. Dun, dun, dun. He went West Coast. Okay, and then
Yeah,
Euphoria.
that's obviously the West Coast one.
That's another
And
West Coast song.
616 in LA
Well, like
is
that and Not Like Us are two different vibes and two different flows. So Not Like Us is more traditional to the West Coast.
well,
Like
let's
that
pause. Are
is
you
more
saying
of
all
a
those
party
songs sound
club
the
track.
same? Are you saying all those songs sound the same?
I think that's what he's trying to get at.
No, I'm saying that. I'm saying that. I'm saying that.
Which one of Kendrick's songs was like a nah, I ain't do that song? Which one was the one where he was just denying allegations and didn't really put anything forward or even try to really rap? Which one was that?
None of them, man. Because Kendrick was
Oh,
on the
because
offensive.
he actually came. He actually came. And Drake actually
He
he did literally why I don't fucking like Drake is because the Heart Part 6 is raw as fuck.
Yeah.
That is the greatest fucking thing to name that shit. Kendrick already did 616 in LA, which is kind of ripping on Drake's fucking, time and
Timestamp
city
shit,
thing he
yeah.
does. And then you come with the Heart
Dick
Part
riding,
6
by the way.
when
Keep
you're
going.
saying he's coming out with his
So it's
album.
Dick riding when Kendrick do it, but it ain't Dick riding when Drake do it.
No,
Wait, what's Dick riding?
I'm saying he did first, but you did. And I'm gonna come back and
That's a genius move.
If
That's a genius move to take some shit that you know
It's
to
what?
do. It's a genius move to take some shit you're known to do with the timestamp by name, the timestamp name of the song, and drop a song.
But honestly, it's smart on Kid, but it's smarter
so,
for
but what did you?
Drake.
It
But
went
then the
when Drake came
616 had
the
so
time-
many
BBL
different
Drizzy,
messages
though.
too.
the time in the day, the time in the city also isn't that's going to be a song on every and usually a single on every Drake album is the time and date, whatever 5:15 in Charlotte, fucking 7:45 in Toronto, whatever the fuck it is. But with the Heart series, that's literally like with album releases, that's a more important song than Drake can literally just name it fucking a different fucking time and city. Kendrick has to deal with he had the Heart Part 5, which is the best Heart in my opinion. And then you have the Heart Part 6, which now has like 100 and something million views. And like as it comes up, that's gonna be something that's gonna be up there while they're talking about this. But he might have to stop the series. I think it's a bigger impact. But the problem with that song is that's the only thing good about it.
I have a question. And I have a question.
It's about 7, like 8 when it gets hard, though.
I have a question. I have a question.
Don't cut that shit either.
I'm not.
When when Drake put Snoop and Pac in the AI, it was like that was weak, right? Or that was like, oh, why you do that shit, right?
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I was
think
weak.
it actually. I don't like.
I just want to have. I don't want. I apologize to both you guys.
Finish your thought.
I apologize to both you guys. But when he did it, I don't want to cut you off because y'all
I'm
were
about to
answering.
cut you off if you don't get to the point though right now.
Okay, so when he did that, people were like, oh, da, 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 da. But then people forgot that Kendrick did a whole video with the Heart Part 5 with AI and him being Nipsey and him being so-and-so and him being this, that, other. So why was it okay for one person to do it in their lane? Why did it in my lane? Then
I'm gonna tell you why. Because in that he was rapping from the point of view of these artists that we had great reverence for. When Drake did
he was doing too.
No, Drake was not doing that. When Drake did it, he did it to take Kendrick Lamar, who idolized these rappers, and diss him through the AI of these rappers that he idolized. When Kendrick did the AI in the vein of these rappers, he's just rapping, giving a message from their vantage point, from what he would think.
That's what
it's a difference.
Drake was doing. He was giving.
That's not what Drake did. Drake
he was giving the vantage point of being. I'm Snoop.
Drake. First off, you can't use AI Snoop and Snoop's alive. And now it'd have been fire if he would have had Snoop himself rapping on the song.
He probably should have. He probably could have.
Snoop would have done that feature too, because that nigga, he's ruined his legacy.
If Snoop would have, it would have been fire if Snoop would have did the actual feature rapping to Kendrick, or if he would have went and grabbed Game, and Game would have rapped some disses to Kendrick, or the rap man would have rapped the shit to go grab AI Pac and AI
Game
Snoop.
Ain't gonna diss Kendrick.
Huh?
Game ain't gonna diss Kendrick, man. Shut up.
But Snoop ain't gonna diss Kendrick, and we don't know if Pac would have dissed Kendrick.
Think any of them. Honestly, I don't think any of them California niggas is, and even niggas that fucking he mentioned talking about banging sets. I don't think YG would. So I don't know, man. Like my whole thing though too is like, okay, so you wrote these verses.
Hey, but hold on, just my
And
last.
then
I'm
you
gonna let you
put it
cook.
behind this. But the hard part 5 though, and just going back to that because it was OJ, it was Jussie Smollett, it was Smollett. How do you actually say his name? I just be thinking of the fucking Chappelle shit.
I can't say what I was gonna say. It's toxic.
Did he fall off?
Cool. He probably
Boogie.
changed his clothes or something. Did Boogie do this? He
Yeah.
might be changing shirts or refreshing his drink. He
Yeah.
probably is though.
Nah, but yeah, so like the hard part 5 is fucking it's Kanye, it's Juicy, it's OJ, it's Nipsey, and Kobe.
Yeah.
So I mean, honestly, there's only 2 rappers in that, and even the Kanye thing, he kind of just puts them in there when he says bipolar. But yeah, it's kind of like the Nipsey thing is the big part of it. But also, he's not dissing nobody.
Nobody.
It's like he's channeling those people and showing, different black faces that can tie in and connect to this, and that's what that is. Oh, this nigga changed the whole settings.
He's doing a hip hop seance.
Yeah, it'd be different if now I could agree with you, Bug, if Kendrick did some shit like had AI 21 Savage and AI OVO 40 dissing Drake, then yeah, I would feel the same way about that as well.
And he ain't diss nobody. That song ain't dissing nobody. Like that song's kind of talking about fucking, especially on the Nipsey side of it too, where I mean, I understand why you're killing me because you were put in this situation as a black man to be kind of more desperate, and this is like why you're choosing to do this, and I forgive you, and this has taken a lot for me to get to this perspective, but now that I'm in it and I'm alive and I'm here, what can I do to help with that? And I think his album too, where I think Kendrick had a savior complex, and I think that might have been a little too much for him. And he had to come to grips with that. But I don't think those are the same. The deep fakes versus having an AI voice talk shit about somebody that we don't even know if they would feel that way, or we know that they don't feel that way, because I'm pretty sure there's not an issue with Snoop and Kendrick.
I mean, it might be though. You never know, because Snoop
though, Snoop is gonna get paid, but also they pulled all that shit off anyways. So I don't think.
Yeah, I'm saying though, but like, if it was all gravy, if it's really my little bro, I ain't gonna get him like what they doing. Oh man, I feel like Snoop was like in between because he fucked with both of them.
But how you know? Was you in the room when they talked?
No, I'm saying because if I fuck with you, look, yeah, I know what you're trying to do, but I'm saying the optics say if I fuck with you and I don't fuck with you and you come out and pull my name in this thing, I'm gonna say, nah, man, I'm gonna pick a side. But he didn't pick a side.
But what if I fuck with both y'all and I just want to be neutral? I fuck with Drake and I fuck with K Dot, and they both know that it's love on both sides. I'm neutral, so I'm just like, I'm gonna do what Snoop did.
I mean, look at 21 Savage.
I think too. I think that's what I think. I think
21 Savage and fucking 2 Chainz. I didn't hear much from 2 Chainz much, but I mean he's beefing with other niggas, and I think he pulled up to Soulja Boy's house. But 21 Savage, Lil Baby, they ain't saying nothing. The only person I've heard that's really come out and said something was Yachty.
Oh, question. Yeah, and Yachty.
Yachty was kind of like he was already. I think Yachty kind of had to play it a little. You probably heard the only way you can really talk about this and try to keep it on both sides. But honestly, too, I don't think even Kendrick's taking any nigga that's from any of those niggas that has says anything about it. I don't think he's gonna take it to heart. I think
I wouldn't have a nigga
thing because I don't compare any of those artists to Drake.
In front of my face that long though. I wouldn't have a nigga
fuck that. Look at that shit
in front of my face that long.
That's a bottle.
Like,
let me see that.
Yeah, I say it's like a nigga with an ass out.
Let me put the
a long time.
that nigga ass.
I can see for like effect for like 5 minutes, but it's like with a nigga.
Why is your face?
Pause.
I'm gonna need y'all to go back. I'm gonna need y'all to go back and look while y'all was arguing. Y'all might notice. I've been paying a lot of attention to Drake's BBL. He pays for him. He says it. So I don't know how you were changing settings though. But yeah, I mean, we pretty much came to the conclusion that Kendrick's
Have y'all seen? No. Have y'all heard about this Travis Scott and Tiger fight?
I just know it was a fight. I don't know what the fuck them niggas fighting over. I don't think niggas really care about them 2 niggas fighting though.
They had a fight. I saw the video, And the first thing I thought when I seen the words, I was like, these two little motherfuckers fighting. Who cares? Like one, and then two, I was like, because they're both little niggas, it don't take much for somebody to have an advantage, and the advantage is gonna be the win. And the third thing I thought was, I've seen Travis Scott shoot a jumper, so I know his coordination is off. So either he gonna win or lose bad. And then I saw it and I was like, damn, Tiger beat the shit out of Travis Scott, man. I don't know how I feel about that, man.
I don't know if my cousins are associated, but yeah, man, that's hate to hear it, man. Hate hearing Elkins high school legend just getting rocked like that, man. That sucks.
Elkins high school legend. What was he legendary for in high school?
You said three things that don't go together.
He became Travis Scott. He became Travis Scott. That's him and DJ Hayden. That's about it.
DJ Hayden, yes.
RIP.
Travis Scott, no. Well, I guess he is now.
Man. I've seen the jump shot.
I ain't seen none of it. I mean, I just know he makes some dope shoes.
You didn't see that nigga swing a baseball bat and run. He run like one of the Naruto kids, bro.
When he be running,
I seen this in Minute Maid Park too. The nigga living my goddamn dream, running like fucking. He trying to get to lunch before everybody else. But
you ever been on the field before? Minute Maid?
Where?
On the field of Minute Maid?
On the field now.
Man, we need to get in touch, man. I think I might be
actually,
on the field.
I have been on the field. It wasn't Minute Maid.
It's about Minute Maid.
Yeah, it was the same stadium. I think it was called Enron back then, though.
Oh, okay,
like
okay.
2000, yeah. It's like 2000, 2001, something like
that. That was before the fall of Ken Lay.
We might be on the field
still
this summer.
Field.
We might be on Minute Maid on the field this summer, man. So I might be able to get you on the field. I've been on a couple times, man. It's cool. It's the what's called it.
Man. I'll let you know. Like, don't let me see Jose Altuve, bro. I got a picture with that nigga. I'm gonna get another one, whether he like it or not.
Oh, you was one of them niggas. Was you one of them niggas that showed up?
I did.
When you know he was gonna come with the baseball and shit, man. Hey, son, can you send the balls?
No, it fucked me up. I was outside appraising a car. And this nigga he said, "Excuse me," and I like turned. He was like, "Where do I go to get my car appraised?" And I'm looking at this nigga like
he didn't say it that clearly though, and he had to look up to. He was like, "Hey, excuse me, my friend."
Yeah, he was bro. I was in shock, nigga. But I'm like, oh, you just go inside.
I'm pretty sure you pointed down though. I'm pretty sure you had to point down.
I'm pointing him. I'm going, hey. I mean, you can call nigga short. Hey, Kendrick short too, but you know what I'm saying? I know he better than Drake. I think Drake. I mean, I get he's got a big meat boogie, but that can't be the only reason you like this nigga.
I don't see. Pause, man. Have you? Who's the most famous person you ever met in your life? This goes both of y'all.
Most famous?
Yeah, kind of diesel over here, bro. I've been in that weight room, man.
I mean, honestly, it might be Altuve.
In your life, your whole life.
I mean, most famous.
Come on, man. Give me somebody better, man. Oh, you didn't go to school in Houston. That's right. Never mind. If you're from Houston, you didn't see some famous motherfuckers on accident.
I mean, we say just seen or actually met.
I mean, but like, okay, name somebody that would from somebody random in Houston that I could run
go dub because mine go trump everybody's shit.
Jose Altuve.
Mine gonna trump everybody's shit.
You know how famous Jose Altuve is, right?
Altuve.
My shit is gonna trump my shit is gonna trump everybody's shit. That's why I'm asking y'all.
I get that, but who's the random nigga in Houston I'm supposed to run into that's more famous than Jose Altuve?
Shit,
50 Cent?
50 Cent?
Scarface is more famous than Altuve.
No, 50 Cent.
Are you crazy in your motherfucking head?
Scarface.
Are you, bro? Like literally, there's fucking.
You think Scarface is not more famous than Jose Altuve?
Are you fucking? Why would you?
Brad Jordan. Because Brad Jordan was making music before and was selling platinum records before Altuve.
Jose Altuve was like the most hated baseball player in the country for the last fucking 7 years, nigga.
Yeah, plus he's
but everybody knows
global.
20 years ago, the U.S. government sued fucking Scarface.
What does that mean?
Everybody don't know that, bro.
If I go, so you're telling me, you're telling me right now, if I go ask, even give me an age range from 18 to 25 white boys, they're gonna know who Scarface is.
Okay, I'm gonna say this to you one time.
I don't like how you say that, bro.
Oh no, I'm not talking to him. I'm talking to him. There's a movie called Office Space.
Yep, seen it.
Yeah, and what's the title? What's the biggest song on the soundtrack?
I don't know. So I can guarantee you people don't know.
You don't know.
And I know what it is. Is when they're breaking they're fucking beating the shit out of the printer. Yes.
What are they playing? What song playing?
What the fuck song is that?
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster, a real gangster type. It's Scarface and the Ghetto Boys.
But I can guarantee you,
That
most
song-
people don't know who makes that song. They know the song, but won't
Yeah, they
know
might
the
know the
name.
song.
Man, you can guarantee it. I'm just saying that's an assumption. I'm just saying
But
that.
hold on, Boog. Hold on, Boog.
No,
I'm saying,
Altuve being more famous than Scarface is not an assumption, though.
I
That's
think he
you're
is.
talking about opinions and facts.
You-
That's a fact.
you probably can go from like 10-year-old to 65-year-old, all racial demographics. That span
Yeah.
of person is gonna know who they would know more Altuve than Brad the Scarface.
Not only was he on the team, but the niggas that cheated, and it was the most famous fucking scandal in like baseball history.
The second
The
most
nigga
famous.
they
The second most famous.
What's the first most famous in
The
baseball
Red-
history?
The White Sox, yeah.
What the White Sox do?
There are 20-year-olds today that don't know anything about the Black Sox or their cheating scandal where they pretty much rigged the
How many movies about the Astros got? How many movies they got about the Astros? Hold on. I asked a question. How many movies they have about the Astros?
What does that matter?
No, what is famous?
I just asked the question.
No, what is famous mean?
How many movies? Famous
Well,
means
they're none because it's kind of just happened. So maybe 10 years from now they're how.
It happened 10 years ago.
What?
It happened 7 years ago.
7 years ago. Pretty sure it's 10. Almost 10 years ago it happened, right? What I'm saying is the Chicago Blackhawks had 4 or 5 movies. There are rules in place in ball. And every time the rule come up, it's like, we're the Black Sox, you can't do so and so. So Whitey Ford and blah 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 blah. Like, come on, man.
Wait, Whitey
you gotta have
Ford?
a historic.
I forgot what we was talking about. Be honest with you. What was talking about?
Oh, the pitcher.
Yes, you. But
pitcher. I'm thinking
the
Bolger.
pitcher for the
I'm
Black
like,
Sox was Whitey Ford.
Dude, you're okay. I just gotta. I need you to tomorrow morning call just a random person and ask them about those ask them about a baseball cheating scandal and just see what they bring up, because the White Sox literally you're talking about something that happened over 100 years ago versus something that happened 7 years ago. When we talk about famous, that means currently popular in the zeitgeist, current day, right now. What's famous? And I'm sorry, before 2011, Scarface was more famous than Jose Altuve. Since 2017, no. So maybe at some point, yes, he was, but not anymore. And the White Sox, yeah, they cheated over 1918, whatever the fuck it was.
I didn't even know they cheated.
Boardwalk Empire. Yeah, they called them the Black Sox.
Your fault.
But
I mean, goddamn, nigga, I ain't saying you wrong. I just said I didn't know. I'm literally learning in real time. I didn't know, nigga.
But
I'm sorry.
most people are old enough to know what
happened.
Sorry. And honestly, bro, it got to the point you can't even wear, honestly, right now. You'd probably get into some shit if you wore Astros jersey to Dodger Stadium.
Oh, you can't wear Astros apparel to LA, period. You're gonna get shot. First
so
off.
You think who's more famous? Altuve or Marge Schottenheimer?
Right now,
Marty Schottenheimer?
Yeah.
Like right
Marge.
now. Marge Schottenheimer.
Yeah.
The tennis player?
Are you talking about of the Reds?
Oh, yeah, 100% Altuve. Yeah. The only thing that's even making remember his name is from
her name.
Eminem's fucking what's it called?
Her name.
I didn't even know what the bitch did, to be honest with you. So
wait, I thought
she was the racist. Marty? She was the racist owner of the
Okay, so this already tells you who's more famous. If you think that person is more famous than Altuve, I don't even know who that is.
Well, I mean,
is that Marty Schottenheimer?
Famous, subjective. No, Marty Schottenheimer.
Famous isn't subjective.
No,
Drake is more
Marty
famous
Schottenheimer. Marty Schottenheimer was the coach of the Chiefs.
Yes.
Marge Schottenheimer. Maybe I'm fucking name up. But Marge Schottenheimer was the owner of the Reds.
Oh, they related?
They might be.
Marge and Marty. I ain't know who the bitch was, to be honest with you. So I didn't know.
How we get here?
I don't know how we got here. I just asked that like 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, but before
I asked that 3 minutes ago, and you said, "Nigga, that's you."
No. I said, who is the most famous person you ever met? That's what
I was just like, how we get here, nigga? That's you. I'm like, okay.
So that's the most famous person you ever met?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
I asked who's the one that you said can trump everybody?
I said Altuve. I mean, you said Altuve. Who said that?
I want to know who trumps everybody. That's what I want to know.
I was about to say I 100% sure that I'm 100% sure mine gonna trump yours. So just say yours.
I don't know.
I don't know now because the people you
Yeah.
think are most famous doesn't make sense. So like,
I just want to know now.
I'm in Muhammad
I would love
Ali.
to.
Muhammad
You
Ali.
met you met
Oh
Cassius
yeah,
Clay?
yeah.
Cassius
Yeah,
Clay, you met?
I'm in Muhammad Ali. I am in Cassius
Oh, yeah.
Clay. Muhammad Ali. Not that
Yeah.
old.
I mean,
And I'll be honest, Muhammad Ali is up there where there's probably only like two other people that might be more.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying. I was saying, y'all say yours. I know mine is super famous.
Now, what I
I
will
was in
say
Dallas
now
coming.
though is there's somebody more famous than Muhammad Ali now.
Who we think it is? Drake?
Otani is more famous.
fucking-
Drake,
I'm fucking
I
with
would say Drake probably is too, but
maybe
Otani is more famous.
He should be. Otani is more famous than Mama. Who's the most famous person in the world right now?
Most
It's not
famous in the
Otani.
world,
Yeah,
man.
It's
got to be a
easy.
politician or
That's
something.
No, that's easy. That's easy. That's easy.
Well, I mean, if we say
people,
most
or
famous,
two
like
people,
who's the most
or
well
three.
known, then I mean, Donald Trump is definitely
It's Trump.
I would say Trump or Putin.
Trump.
No, it's
Putin.
Trump, Bezos, or Musk.
Everybody knows who
Putin.
Putin is, bro.
Yeah, everybody knows who Putin is.
That's what I'm saying. It
Nah.
got to be Trump. What?
It's political stuff.
Nah.
Yeah.
There's
niggas,
people
niggas that's digging in the fucking cobalt mines and fucking, wherever the fuck they don't know who Elon Musk is, but they know who fucking Vladimir Putin is, bro.
It's niggas who sell work who don't know who Putin is though, but they know who Trump is and they know who.
And if they know who Trump is, they know who bro. Everybody in America knows the name Putin. The nigga has been been the leader of Russia for the last 24 fucking years. Everybody in America
Putin
knows
is not.
who Putin
It's
is.
not.
Even if you don't know what's going on for the last 15 years, just say the nigga you think. It's that nigga.
You think Putin more? This is all.
Putin
this is all
honestly
subjective.
might be
Hold on,
one
this
of
is
the
all
most famous
subjective.
people.
This
might
is all
be the
subjective.
famous one.
You think Putin more?
This is definitely subjective because obviously, yeah.
You think that Putin is more famous than Elon Musk, the nigga who made Tesla?
There is a story. There is a story that the Patriots owner, Mr. Kraft, tells about fucking Vladimir Putin stealing his Super Bowl ring, my nigga.
That's a rich nigga, man.
That's
a
all
rich
I'm saying.
nigga though.
No. You understand what I'm saying? No, what does that have to?
I was saying them rich nigga conversations. I'm talking about niggas that work on the street every day that see Teslas. They don't see Putin's.
Bro,
they see
time
Teslas.
out. One of the punchlines.
We're talking about most famous in the world, though.
In
Don't
the
think
world.
about niggas on the street seeing
world.
Teslas. Think about nigga where they see shacks and shit. And the only motherfuckers around is fucking Russian fucking mercenaries fucking providing protection and shit. That's Africa. Yeah. So that's all of Africa knows who Putin is. Then you go to Asia.
Okay, all of Asia knows who Tesla is, though.
I don't know. I don't. They may know who Tesla is, but I don't.
We don't know.
Now, Elon Musk. No, we're talking about Elon Musk is popular on a global level. I'm not debating that, but I do think that more households or households that just people know who Vladimir fucking Putin is. Like, you got African leaders of some of these countries who are welcoming Vladimir Putin into their country for their resources or their help that don't know who the fuck Elon Musk is or Jeff Bezos.
That don't make sense.
How does that not make sense?
You literally
hold on. All these recent. Hold on. Let me answer.
How does that not make sense?
Let me answer that. You're saying
I was going to make it make sense because I know you don't know what's going on in Africa. So you're talking.
I don't know how would I don't know what's going on? We keep going.
Okay. No. You go now. Tell me what's going on in Africa, because if what he said didn't make sense, then obviously I need to brush up. So you tell me now.
What I'm saying is that Elon Musk and his technological handprint and what he has his hands on is equal to what Putin has his hands on. Putin has his hands on things militarily, right, in Africa. What he's doing, he's not going into Africa saying, I'm going to bring technological changes. I'm going to bring physical military changes. Whereas Tesla and Elon Musk, first off, just with X, just him being the owner of X, Twitter, puts him on a level equal to a bunch of famous ass people. Yes, Putin has an influence in Africa. I agree. But I'm saying that the common man has a knowledge of Elon Musk. The military political man might have more of a familiarity with Putin, but the military and political person also has a knowledge of Elon Musk because they have a touch on they touching all bases. Putin's not Putin is popular and famous and infamous more than famous, but Elon Musk is as famous and infamous as Putin, 100% more because I have a whole network.
Well, again, this is subjective because there's not a metric we can go off of to say it. But what I
Agreed,
will
agreed.
say is definitely not 100% more. I would argue it would take a lot of convincing for me to believe that Elon Musk, because obviously, look at your perspective. Where do you live?
I live in Houston.
You live in the United States.
Yeah,
Where's most of Elon Musk's footprint?
it's
In the
global.
United States.
No,
Yeah,
it's global though.
it's
It's
I
the
got
United
mostly in
X,
the
States.
bro.
United States.
I
A
got
His
X,
majority of
bro.
his
company.
footprint.
What you
Okay.
mean? I got X. X is
Okay.
not a X is not a not. I got.
Okay.
I
Okay.
bought Twitter, bro.
They offer X in a different country. Okay. Where are their headquarters? San Francisco.
What does that
Okay.
mean?
SpaceX. Who's SpaceX subsidized for? Where do they get their grants? The U.S.
What?
government. He is
Yeah.
ingrained in most of his operations are in the United States. He is obviously, when you say United States, he is tied for because everybody knows who he is in the United States. You can 100% bet on that.
Mhm.
While everybody also knows who Putin is. Now, when
Mhm.
you say global, you can't look at it saying nigga on the street knows who he is because I know niggas on the street that knows who he is without thinking that, hey, there's fucking coups going on in Africa. You know what flags they're waving? You know whose name they're shouting? It ain't fucking Elon Musk. It's a Russian flag and it's fucking Putin. Putin is fucking known everywhere. And especially if it's in a country that isn't fucking, I mean, if it's completely aligned with the US, you know who Putin is. If it's completely aligned with Russia, they know who Putin is. And if they're getting vied for power right now and they've got Wagner troops on the ground, like in the Congo, like in what's it called, Burkina Faso, all the countries that are going through shit right now that are being helped on by Wagner forces to create these coups. Everybody knows who Putin is, and all I'm saying is, I think perspective wise, you're in America. It's easy to get kind of centric on that, but
I'm just
think
saying. Well, okay.
globally.
I'm saying like if you. So I mean,
But you said
like you said,
100% more, and I just need you.
hold
I
on.
just need you to say that that's
Subjectively
not
speaking,
the case.
subjectively speaking, if I'm saying okay, well, how many countries does Russia have direct or does Russia have influence on in Africa of the 85 or what is it 85 92 country? How many countries in Africa? I don't know. I know it's in the 80s, right?
It's not an important thing to this discussion, but
It
yes.
is because
So
the Congo and Sierra Leone or these 15 countries, what's their size? So if you're telling me that Putin and I would assume that Russia has to strategically place themselves in countries that have resources, but resources don't necessarily align with numbers, right? Is Putin, does he have his hand in Nigeria? Does he have his hand in Niger, Egypt, South
He
Africa?
might not have his hand in those areas, but I guarantee you that they know who Vladimir Putin is.
Yeah, but I'm saying those areas also know who and like I said, it's a lot of speculation going on in this conversation because I'm saying
my only concern is you not saying that Musk is 100% more known and famous than Putin because you can't say it's subjective while saying that.
you're right.
So my whole thing is,
You're
if
right.
you
You're right.
break
So
that
I'll say
off,
80. I'll say
agree.
80. I'll say 80.
If you break
80.
that
I say
off,
80,
we
75. I say that it's not 100%. I say that my position is saying that Elon Musk has more access, more direct access to people than Putin does. Putin is influenced as far as political and economic and not no political and on a certain level. Like Putin's not going through tours through Africa, but he is his actions have influence in the Congo, in Uganda, in Kenya, in Egypt, whatever. But Elon Musk, every person who owns a cell phone who has this app, which is in the billions, has a direct correlation with Elon Musk. So that's why I would think he'd be more famous.
And every single
Not more
person that has
important.
direct correlation with that also has seen that Russia invaded Ukraine. That's the biggest news story in the world. Everyone knows that.
It is.
If okay,
How?
what's bigger then, man? If you're going to argue just to argue,
No.
then bring up what's
you
something bigger because
you think-
obviously now there's Israel and Hamas, but in 2022, when Russia invaded
okay.
Ukraine,
Yeah, that
was
a big
that
story.
exactly? So right there, Putin, the leader of Russia for the last 24 fucking years.
I think
I'm
I
just
think what
saying.
you're I think what both of you guys are doing are you guys are giving the public more. You're giving the public more. What's the word I'm looking for? You're putting the public's intelligence level higher than it is because a lot of
Doesn't
people
take
like
much
you're right. You're
intelligence to
right that
know
they
the
know what
name.
that. Huh?
We're talking
Say it
about
again?
his name. Do they know who Putin is? Not do they know every single thing he's done,
No,
everything in
then
his life. Do they know who Putin is? Putin has been the president
how
of
about
a
this?
global power for 24
Independently,
years.
independently. How about okay? I'll say this. The average grade point. I mean, the average of United States teens school used to be a C, right? 75, 74. That was the average. That was the average. Now it's a D, right? That is a reflection of home and informational intake. Now we know that we have access to more information than we ever had before. But our test scores and our grade averages across the board have dropped. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, we were 30, 40th in the world as far as GPA, grade point averages for students. So now you're telling me that with all the information that we have about where our grade point average is and what we're doing in test scores and how we're scoring, we're informed about international affairs to the point
Are
where
you speaking from just the United States level or global level when you speak of who's more influential or famous? I'm sorry, you didn't say influential, more famous.
more
Because now you
famous.
give it now you're giving me stats from just stateside, an American level, when
Yeah.
we were talking about on a global level.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is, I'm taking the United States as the first step. Now, if you go to other countries that don't have an infrastructure like we have, that is based, like if you go to communist countries like China, you go to countries like India, countries like Africa that don't have infrastructure that is pushing that has a baseline of education that okay, yeah, everybody falls under this guise of education. And if we're at a D, what you think Sudan is at? What you think Congo is at? What you think that Spain, I mean not Spain, what you think that Brazil is at? What you think that these other countries that don't have these standards that we have are at? So now that's when I ask, I turn around, okay, I say, so who's more famous? The person who everybody has direct access to all the time, or the person who did something
But
in
everybody
a
doesn't have direct access to him all the time because you do have some of these countries that literally that limit the information that flows within their country. So everybody might not be on X. And then when you speak of X, yes, Elon Musk is the owner of X. He may have owned it for what, the last 2 years, I don't know. But the platform that he owns that you said should give him the edge to be more popular, I can't go down my timeline without seeing discussions about world politics and what's going on, and the names that are popping up are the Donald Trumps, the Vladimir Putins, the Xi Jinpings, or whatever that dude name is. You know what I'm saying? Like on this app that you say that this man owns, who should be more popular, there are discussions about Vladimir Putin.
I have a
Like,
question.
go ahead.
Who do you think has more followers, Elon Musk or Vladimir Putin?
I don't even know if Vladimir
I
has
don't think he has
a
social media.
I
TikTok
don't
or
know either. I'm just
Twitter
asking a question.
to even
I don't
have
know
a
either.
followers, bro.
I don't
So
know. I don't know either. I'm just asking a question.
I mean, I think one of the biggest land masses in the world, he is the ruler of. So more people might follow him in a sense of his ideologies and what they believe, and that's just
So
his land, not on a global scale. More
on a
people
global scale, if we
might buy into Vladimir Putin's ideologies or beliefs more than Elon Musk because one is a world leader and a politician, another one is an inventor and a businessman.
so if we go right now and look at Twitter X, and Elon Musk has more followers than Vladimir Putin.
I don't even know if the man has social media.
How I ask you a question. Let me finish. What would be your response to that? I don't know either how it goes.
I would say are you saying that followers is the metric that we're using?
I'm just asking the question.
But is that the metric we're
I'm
using?
just asking you a
No.
question.
I asked you. I said if Elon Musk has more followers than Vladimir Putin, what would you say that? How would you validate that, or how would you invalidate
well,
that?
initially I wouldn't. I would say that's a stupid metric, but I'm asking you, is that
Yeah.
the metric that you go off of for who's the most famous? Because then neither one of them is in discussion because you know who has more followers than anybody? Cristiano
Who?
Ronaldo.
Yeah, he's famous as fuck.
And so he's he's the most famous person in the world
Yeah. So how are you
because of
trying to say
Twitter.
that? So how are you trying to say that the person that was the most famous person? I'm saying you're saying that we're going to judge these two people in comparison to the most famous person in the world.
I don't know what to say.
How you don't know what I'm
I
saying?
don't
I
know
don't even know what
why.
you're
This is the
saying, bro.
most
Man, this is
Cristiano
like you're
Ronaldo is the
talking
most
about
famous.
followers,
You're
man.
saying
This can't be that can't be a metric. When
Why
we're
not?
Vladimir Putin, look it up right now. Does he even have a fucking Twitter?
I'm sure
And
he
also,
does. I'm
too,
looking right now.
if he
I'm
has
sure
a
he
Twitter,
doesn't.
think about this. Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the most famous people in the most famous sport in the world. Obviously, he's
Yeah.
going to have the best chance to have the most followers. Vladimir Putin is the most fucking infamous man in the world right now, which usually puts a lot of fucking, I mean, that means you're pretty fucking famous.
He has 1.9 million followers.
Who?
So you feel like only 1.9 million who? Putin?
Putin. Yeah.
So you feel like
And
Putin only has 1.9 million people that know who he is.
no, I
Because
know.
if
I agree.
followers is the only thing we're going off of, we feel like everybody in the world is on this platform and has engaged with either following everybody that they know. If that's what we're doing, then perfect.
No,
I think it's wrong, but we
you
can
got
go
200. Okay.
Followers don't mean shit though, bro. Like
and hold on, it
a
does mean
metric
something.
that it don't mean shit, bro. A metric of followers on Twitter, like or X, whatever it's called, that doesn't mean.
Kendrick got how many followers Kendrick got?
Okay, I'm gonna give you the top 5.
How do we get here?
No,
Because of this
just
nigga.
follow me. Just follow me. Obama
I don't want to
has
follow
100.
anymore.
I know. See what happens is when you start pulling up numbers and people pull up numbers back.
This is a dumbass metric, though,
bro.
bro.
Let me finish.
This is a stupid ass fucking metric.
It's not stupid. It's not when we start talking about numbers, and now I'm saying, okay, let's pull numbers up. It's stupid now.
Can I ask you a question? I
Yeah.
want to ask you a real question.
Yeah.
Do you follow Barack Obama on any social?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Obama has 131. Cristiano has 111. Justin Bieber has 110. Rihanna has 107. Katy Perry has 106. Narendra Modi has 97. She's the Prime Minister of India. Taylor Swift has 95. Donald Trump has 87. Lady Gaga has 83. NASA has 80. YouTube has 79. Kim Kardashian. We haven't got to Putin yet.
You want to know what's funny though?
What's
the
funny?
The Indian Prime Minister you just mentioned, right?
Yes.
She has more followers on X than Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin, correct?
Yes.
I didn't know who the fuck she was, but I'm pretty sure. But I'm pretty sure globally more people know Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. Just because
that's stupid, bro. That don't make sense, my nigga.
Hold on, stop.
How you gonna say that the country with the most niggas, the most people in the whole wide world have more than Donald Trump, my nigga? That don't make sense, man.
You sound like a fucking idiot right now,
No, you sound crazy. You sound crazy, nigga.
Pause.
India has more people.
Stop. Please. Just this right here. Okay. Modi, Prime Minister India, because he has more Twitter followers. You're saying more people know who she is.
I'm saying India has triple.
No.
Oh, let me finish.
Hold on. Let me finish because I asked you a question. It's a yes or no question.
Yes.
You feel that Modi, because she has more followers than Putin, more people know who she is.
Why wouldn't they? Yes.
And that's
okay. Perfect. Perfect. Oh no, this is perfect. Aaron, hold on a second.
Go ahead. Finish.
Because Modi is a fucking man.
Yeah.
You don't even fucking know what gender this person is, but you know exactly who fucking Vladimir Putin is. It's a dumb metric. Crazy. I don't have fucking Twitter.
That's crazy though.
Why would you think that Twitter?
Hold up. Why would you think that somebody who's in a country that has 4 billion people and it's 2 billion people in the US, it's 4 billion people in Asia, and you're saying it's more people that know about Donald Trump than Modi, but Modi's in a place where it's more people? How can more people? How can you?
Dude,
that's logic, nigga. If it's more people over there,
that's not logic. Use logic. Let's use logic real quick.
Go ahead.
We're talking about logic. Logic would be, what is the United States of America in the scope of the world? What are we?
We are a superpower.
We're a superpower, okay? In economics, right? And in military strength. Guess who everybody fucking knows? The American president. They're on the news everywhere, okay? Guess what the other fucking superpower was? In the 20th century, what was the Cold War between? The USSR and the United States. Who was the leader of the other superpower?
Now you're talking my language. Talk my
Who was the
language.
leader of the other? That's why
But now you're talking
I
my
hope
language.
you're talking about historian.
I
I
don't
would
think
love to
he's
get
talking your
here.
language.
I would love for you to
This is
connect
what I'm
the
saying.
two.
This is what I'm saying.
Because India, a developing nation, still, even though they have a large population, not everybody knows who the fuck Modi is. You didn't know who Modi was.
Well, that don't make sense, bro. That don't make sense. That don't make no fucking sense.
How does
You're
it
trying
make
to tell.
sense?
Listen, you're trying to tell me that if I'm in India that has more people than the United States, right? Do we agree on that?
Yes.
So if it's more people in India than there's the United States, and the people in India, all of them know about Modi. We don't. I don't know about Modi personally. We don't have a everyday knowledge about Modi. Our 2 billion don't know about Modi. Their 4 billion, every last one of them know about Modi.
But what
So
we're
how you
saying,
feel
but
like
what we're
and
saying
every
is,
single one, and they all know about fucking Putin too.
and that's what we're
no,
saying.
they
my
don't.
thing.
Why would I not know about it? If I'm in rural
Because they're not
India,
following him on fucking Twitter. That's
no, that's what I'm
stop
saying.
for a second, bro. Like, this can't be an intelligent conversation if you're saying that fucking Twitter followers is the metrics on how famous somebody is.
No,
when
no, what I'm saying,
that's
no,
what
what
you're
I'm
saying by saying
that is
Modi's
what
more
you said.
famous.
no,
than
what
Putin
I'm
at this
saying
point.
is that okay, I'm gonna say it like this. If you got 20 people in your camp, it's Dub, it's 3 people on the screen.
We
I
get
got
the
20
numbers you're
people.
trying.
Hold on.
We,
Let me, I didn't stop
we
you. I didn't
understand-
stop
we
you. I
under-
didn't stop
we-
you. I
we
didn't stop you. I
man,
didn't stop you. I didn't stop you.
Let
I
him
didn't
go,
stop you.
but hey,
let me go. Let me go. Let me
listen
finish.
to you.
I didn't stop
I'm
anybody.
listen to you, but when we respond, I need you to fucking listen.
Okay, I'm gonna listen.
On deaf
But let me
ears
finish.
because
Let me finish. Let me
You're
finish.
not making
Okay,
sense.
let
Go
me
ahead.
finish. I got 30 people in my camp. You have 10. You have 10. But I got 30. We know for a fact I got the most people in my camp out of anybody. You got 10. You got 10. Right? So you telling me your 10 and your 10 together is more significant than my 30?
What I'm saying is,
If you
I don't think
you put the United States, and Russia together, they're not bigger than India, my nigga.
But what I'm saying is, I don't think your math is accurate because yes,
How is not accurate?
let me finish.
Go ahead.
India has 4 some billion people, and they all know who Modi is, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Now, globally, everybody in India, probably the majority of the people probably know who the American president is and Vladimir Putin, because these 2 figures have been the superpower in the world for a while. Now, India ain't the only country in the world. Now, if you add on all the rest of the countries who know about the superpowers, those numbers are going to be more than 4 billion. Globally, Vladimir Putin and probably the American president are more or known, more famous. People know of them more than Modi. Now go ahead.
Can I say one thing?
Sure, go ahead, man.
Okay. So would you agree that there are American people who don't know about Modi?
Yes.
Yes.
So
2/3 of this podcast right now.
Okay, bet. So if you're saying that all the American people know about Trump,
There probably are some who don't, but yes.
Everybody in this country knows who Donald Trump is.
Donald Trump is, right? And so why would you not assume that everybody in that country knows about Modi?
Nobody's disputing that, though.
Okay. So if you add up all your numbers and all my numbers, let me finish.
But we ain't talking about
let me finish.
Because you tripping.
How come I can't finish?
If you're talking about,
how come I can't finish? How come I can't finish? How come I can't finish? Let me finish. Just let me finish. Don't cut me off. Let me finish.
You cut me off, by the way, so go ahead.
No, I'm talking. You cut me off.
No, you cut me off.
No, I'm talking. I was talking, and you cut me off. If everybody in your country knows about you, and everybody in my country knows about me, and I have twice the number of people that you have, even if I know about you, there are people in your country that don't know about me.
Are we only talking about
twice the number of you?
America? Are we only talking about America?
No, nigga, you said globally, nigga. You said globally.
So if I said globally, why are you only speaking about the numbers of India versus the numbers of America when we're talking about globally?
Because the numbers of
does India's numbers trump every other country combined?
Yes, they double every other country. Asia doubles America. The numbers of people in Asia doubles America.
Okay, I've sat here just okay. Can I let me get in here real quick.
Please do.
And just slow down and roll with me. And I need you to just listen, okay? So what America has about 350 million people, right?
Yeah.
India has probably, I think now 1.5 billion. China has a little over 1 billion. Those are the two huge countries. So you're saying, okay,
that's quadrupling
India,
America.
Hold on now.
Just,
I need you to don't listen to have a rebuttal.
The numbers.
I just need you to listen what I'm saying because I'm going to address exactly what your point is, and I need you to understand it. Because if we can't get past this, then I'm gonna tell you this conversation isn't tenable. So 1.5 billion people in India know who Modi is. Okay, 300 million, 350 million know who Trump is. Okay,
yeah.
Those 1.5 billion, know who Trump is too. It's not a zero-sum game. It's not 350 million versus 1.5. Again, I need you to listen.
I'm listening.
You're responding
I'm
to me because right now you should be saying, yeah, that's correct, right?
I get you.
Because
I said,
America,
I get you.
Being a superpower, we're the most famous country in the world. Our leader gets the most attention. And then when we have an erratic leader like the one we have, that's when you get that he is the most, I would say he's probably more well known than Obama, even though Obama has more Twitter followers because Donald Trump was the president more recently. And on top of that, he's up for election this year and he's fucking the president of America. Russia is on that same. What's your thought?
Well, okay, I'm just asking the question. I'm not being rebuttable. I'm asking the question. Watch this. So you feel like the action of somebody, of a person, pushing I follow, that action is not as prevalent as the thought of what, like I'm saying, like the Twitter follow, I'm not saying that that's the end all be all. I understand what you're saying. No, the Twitter follow isn't the end all be all saying because you got 3,000 followers and I got 300. I mean, you want pop? No, I'm not saying that. But I am saying that what you're saying that is that this population over here is triple this population, triple. And in this triple of population, I know that there is a percentage of that triple that have no fucking idea and don't care about Donald Trump because nothing Donald Trump does affects a portion of this population. The only reason I would say that it matters is I'm thinking that U.S. is more important than they are. Is the U.S. number one in sales? Is the U.S. number one in exports? Is the U.S. number one in import exports? Is the U.S. number one? What is the U.S. number one in? Military. That's it. Correct?
Hold on. What's the last thing y'all heard?
I didn't hear. No, we didn't hear you. I said what besides military is the U.S. number one in?
Are you asking me? Because I don't know how we got here. Because
I'm asking both of y'all. What besides military presence or military funding is the U.S. number one in the world?
I don't think anything. But again, I'm gonna ask, how did we get here? Because it seems unrelated.
No, it's related. But I'm saying, so if I'm not number one in anything besides military presence, then why do you think that my politics or my fame is bigger in my country? If there's nothing that affects me directly, because the military presence in inland India for the U.S. is 0 to nil. There's nothing that affects the continent of Asia with as much. There's nothing that affects the continent of Asia. Not education, not import, export, not money.
That's not true.
Now, hold on a second. I didn't know. We're the biggest consumer in the world.
Consumer? What does that
mean?
We're
the biggest market in the world. Like,
sure,
if you want to sell something to someone, America's the best place for that. So yes, we're very relevant.
Facts or is that opinion?
It's fact.
Us being the biggest market in the world, that's facts. That's facts. The biggest economy? Facts.
How would you? You sure? I don't think so. How would you quantify that? What's the metric?
Who would have a bigger economy than us? Like,
I asked the question. US. What's the metric? I asked the question.
Okay,
what's the metric?
I'm talking, nigga. Hey, don't get bossed up, cuz I told you earlier, nigga. Hey, man. Hey, let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna talk. You can listen. You can not listen, but we ain't gonna do that shit. So
I'm just saying, get a metric.
Look up,
I'm not tripping.
Is the U.S. stock market not the biggest exchange in the world?
Let me see.
It is.
Come on, man. All right, y'all. That's gonna be it for me. Nah, bro. I can't do. You literally just, we talk about numbers. 66% of the people in here right now didn't know who Modi was.
Okay.
That's America,
but
bro. That means most of America doesn't know. And that's probably accurate. When you ask what the prime minister of fucking India is, most people can't just tell you unless you pick from a fucking multiple choice and one of the names is Indian. That's be the only fucking way.
but okay, can I respond to you? What I was saying was when I'm saying yeah, I'm also saying like I'm agreeing with you, but I'm also saying, well, let me just double check to make sure. I'm not gonna say just because you say yeah, I'm not gonna say okay, yeah. I'm like, let me double check because that's just what that makes sense. Like if you don't fact check, that don't make sense after fact check. So what I'm saying is we're talking about popularity. We're talking about who's the most famous, popular person. There's a level of subjectivity in that. There's also a level of factual in that. So, but every time I come with a number that reinforces my statement, you like that number don't mean shit.
You ain't
So I'm
came with
like,
no number.
so hold up. I'm asking you. You show me a number then. If my number is bullshit, I agree with you. My number bullshit. You give me a number
before
then.
you went into Twitter followers, you said yourself it's subjective. I said as long as you're not saying fucking Elon Musk is 100% more famous than Putin, then we agree. Then you
I already
start
agree on
pulling
that.
up.
We agree on that, right? Did we agree on that?
No, we definitely don't.
I
Because
did.
you're
I said,
saying
yeah,
that
you're right.
Twitter followers is a fucking solid metric, and that's a number, meaning you're bringing a fact, meaning you're bringing data into this. If Twitter followers and who has more is a metric that we're going off of,
Yeah.
and that's considered data and facts, that's facts that they have more Twitter followers. That's the only
Yeah.
thing that tells you. The only thing. It doesn't
What
mean
is-
anything.
so-
Does your mom have Twitter?
That's a good question. Maybe, probably so.
I know
Mine
for a
doesn't.
fact. My
I don't
parents
have
don't
Twitter.
have Twitter.
My wife doesn't have Twitter. Aaron's parents
Yeah.
don't have Twitter. Twitter's
Yeah.
not like, I mean, Twitter's not the fucking end all be all.
That's not
Honestly,
what
it's probably,
I
there's
agree
more
with. I
people
agree with you.
TikTok
Hell, I
than there
barely
is
got a
with Twitter. So, like, if that's the followers, and it also depends on who's more likely to have a Twitter, and then
So,
where are
okay,
they more
so-
likely to want to go. And right
So,
now, I can
question.
tell you, there's not a lot of fucking left leaning people that are on Twitter outside of people trying to report stuff and do that. So you might have, it's going to skew depending on that population. When we're talking about popularity, I automatically think politics, because especially not everything transcends every age group outside of politics, because that affects everyone. And when we're talking about global powers and their leaders, India, big ass country, a lot of people in it. Xi Jinping, I would say, is more famous than Modi, because we all know who Xi Jinping is.
Well,
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
No, I don't.
I would,
I'm saying that a week ago, the president of Iran died in a helicopter crash, right?
yes.
Was that the top of the news on local U.S. stations? No.
No. Is
Is
he the top leader in Iran? No,
He was.
he wasn't. And that's why it's
He was.
important.
When he wasn't the president of Iran.
But
No, he was the prime minister, right?
He was the president, which isn't the supreme leader, which it's the Ayatollah is the supreme leader.
Yeah. He was
He's
Ayatollah
the leader
second
of
second in
Iran.
He right?
Huh?
He was
He was the heir apparent. Yes.
Heir apparent, right? And I'm not. That's arguing semantics. But I'm saying that what I'm saying is that is a very important. That's globally important. That is gonna that where there was assassination attempt, where there was an accident, whatever, is gonna have rippling effects across the board when it comes to gas prices, all types of things, right? But it wasn't a front page. We should be worried or what the fuck's going on channel 2, 11, 13, 20, the local stations in America.
But if that's Putin, it is.
But what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, but in Iran, and the people who are controlling the gas and having the control of what's going on with the gas, that's the biggest story. They finna have a whole new election in the next 2 weeks to get a new
What gas are you
talking
about?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, what does that have to do with
I
what
think you're mixing up countries, man. Iran is sanctioned the shit. We don't get our fossil fuels exports from them. I don't even think they're a part of OPEC.
What I'm saying is that the instability,
that wouldn't have an impact.
No,
now, if
the
you're saying it wasn't a
instability.
news story, then it definitely was a news story. And
I'm saying the instability in Iran 100% affects Iraq. It affects Saudi Arabia. It affects the region. they're
I think
at
you're
war.
over the thing. It's not as much like I don't know what instability you're talking about because he was the heir apparent. He was the president who he was being groomed
Yes.
to be the next Ayatollah after this new election that's supposed to be in June. So
Mm-hmm.
now there's an interim president and an interim foreign minister that have taken that place. And now the next one looks like the Ayatollah's son, which might be an issue because the whole reason they had the revolution was to get away from a monarchy. So the fact that the Ayatollah's son is the best candidate, that makes that might look like, oh, we're just back in the monarchy again. So that might be a problem later if that son wants to do something, but that's also internally Iran. And I can tell you there's countries that want that to happen, Israel being one of them, because volatility and change, maybe it's a change in regime and maybe Iran's not as big of a threat. Maybe that means less Houthi attacks. Maybe that means less Hamas support. I mean, there's a lot that could go on, but now how it affects Americans today and in the next year because of him dying, I don't see anything.
It's not affecting us at all.
Not
It's
to the
just,
level you're saying. Like it's not. It's and also it fits with the news story where it was talked about. But even then, the first thing they were talking about was this an Israeli assassination? Because they've blown up things, they've gone across the border, they've affected their nuclear capabilities. They've done that, but it seemed like a Kobe situation. The only thing shady about it is the fact the helicopter didn't have a transponder on, which either means you didn't have one or it was turned off, which made it harder to rescue, which some people died after the crash. But I think that's a bigger thing. But going back to like why him dying and being a news story, how does that connect back to Modi being where are we even at this point? Are we saying Modi's more famous than Donald Trump?
Fame is subjective, and fame is based on what? Numbers, right? Is fame based on numbers or is it based on recognition, right? I'm asking.
What do you mean numbers or recognition? How? Like how? What are we talking
If I'm
about?
saying if I take this person,
then.
if I take this person and put them in 100 cities around the world, would they be recognized? If they recognize
if we're doing that, then yeah,
that makes them famous, right?
I would say yeah. If they are recognizable, sure.
Yeah. And so, do you? I'm just asking. What is your measurement to say that? What is your measurement to say that? Okay, there are more people who recognize this person as opposed to that person. I'm asking. I'm just asking. What is the metric to say who's more recognizable?
I don't think there really is one.
So it's not. You don't think it's a
because also, I mean, again, it could be skewed too. Because if you put Modi in the street in normal clothes, walking around freaking, I don't know, Sugarland, Texas.
Sugarland, yeah.
I think it'd be. I mean, you might have some Indian people that might look and be like, "Oh, what the fuck?" But for the most part, he'll go unnoticed.
Well, if I'm asking, so I'm asking again. I'm saying so. If I'm saying if there are more places and more people where this person be recognized than this person, or is it not? I mean, it's some of the conversation is subjective and objective because it's like, well, my position was like, well, it's way more people and way more places to even have that conversation with. Were you talking about like there are places that Donald Trump like it's not important for Donald Trump to be in rural India, but it's important for Modi to be in rural India.
Yeah, but
it's not important for Modi to be in rural America.
If you open up, like you think, like India's, I mean, it's developing because there's area, but there's most people in India where they might not have running water. They've got internet access. They've got newspapers. They've got ways to see that, and most newspapers around the world have a global thing where it's talking about us because we are the most famous country in the world.
Okay. So
that's what you need to tie into this.
But I'm not saying, okay, you're right. You might be right. Let's say you're right. You're 100% right. But I'm saying, so you're saying that my internet access that I have in rural India, I'm going to look at the global aspect of Donald Trump winning the election in 2000 and whatever he won, as opposed to Modi winning the election 100 miles away or 200 miles away. It's more important, and I'm going to take more notice the same way that me and you, that you just said, that we didn't take notice of who Modi was in the first place. It works both ways. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that the numbers are. I'm asking you How
I really feel
important?
like you're intentionally ignoring me. And
No,
I just want to go
I'm
back
asking
to
you.
this because again,
I'm,
when I say America's the most famous country, I'm not just saying that to say it. I'm not sucking America's dick.
Mhm.
America's the most famous country. That means we don't consume media unless there's a fucking train that crashes and derails and kills 500 people. What
Yeah.
news are you reading out of India? There's not much because also India doesn't affect your life. The American markets, America as a whole, in just the global setting, we get reported on at some point. And the more than likely, the thing that gets reported on is what our leaders are saying or doing, not so much the day to day shit. And guess who's easy to write about? And guess who fucking the media loves? It's Donald fucking Trump here and abroad. So I'm not saying that not everybody knows Modi. If you go Indian for Indian, there's more people in India that probably know who Modi is. But there's also I would even say a majority of Indians that know who Trump is. So now Trump is known by a majority of Indians. I would say most Chinese people know who he is. Every Russian, all of Europe, and even then, if you don't do Africa, population wise, that's most of Asia, Europe, Russia.
Okay.
That's who knows who the president of the United States is.
Okay.
And if you go in America, I don't know the percentage, but I would say less than half know who Modi is or could pick him out, unless it says Prime Minister of India.
That's what I was trying to say 30 minutes ago.
Who we thought were a woman. Who we thought
I have a question.
10 minutes ago.
That is what I tried to say 30 minutes ago.
I have a question. I mean, I have a question.
That is what I said 30 minutes ago.
I have a question. Like, nigga, making your point. I still.
Why you be having all this smoke for me though, bro?
I ain't got a spot. I'm talking to both of y'all right now. I'm saying this.
Nah, I want it, nigga.
What
I
do
want
you think?
Nigga.
What do you think? What do you think the level of this is why I was going to in the very beginning, where it turned into like me saying one thing, but I was trying to say, like, what do you think the level of importance is as far as knowing was, like, let's say Modi, Thatcher, not Thatcher, she's dead, right? Let's say Charles, Modi, Trump, I don't know, whoever runs Mexico.
I mean, I would think just if we're speaking about India still,
Yeah,
maybe they
Modi, Trump.
You gonna let me finish my thought?
Go ahead.
So in the vein of speaking of India, I would think that they would have some concern about American politics or American finance or whatever, because we have American companies building factories doing business in India. You got Apple building the Apple Watch in India. They have a plant there. They're building like the Apple Watch and like the iPads. And you have I think Samsung is doing business there. So that alone, some of your people are going to pay attention to that global economy. They want to know what's going on in America, what's driving their market, to see if more of these jobs will come, more of these programming jobs. When you have some of these people who are outsourced for American companies living in India. When I call Verizon or whatever for some customer service, I might be talking to somebody in India. So that alone puts our leaders on a global stage. So that could be why they're more well known than Modi. Nothing Modi
We're
does
also
affects
number
us.
one in media in general, media production.
I mean,
every nigga out here got a podcast.
Everyone.
Yeah. I want to say, what do you think that money is the motivator of most situations? But let me ask you, how important is money and finance when it comes to popularity? I'm not asking the question.
I know.
I'm not asking the question. I'm not asking the question. I'm just saying, trying to understand, what do you guys think what is your position on that?
I think it matters because obviously if you're in a position where you're that well known, more than likely financially you're going to be pretty well off, unless you're known infamously like a fucking serial killer or some shit. But for the most part, yeah. But I would also say that if you are reported on or a public figure, I don't know if that means that you're automatically going to have money, especially if that's the case because of the fact you're holding an office. But I want to hear, I'm guessing this is going to be Elon Musk and how much money he has and how much influence, and him being the richest person in the world is going to make him the most known person.
Not at all.
That's where you're going.
No, not at all.
I know that is right. That is.
No, exactly. Not even close. What I was thinking was like,
okay.
What I was thinking was because the conversation, from what I understand, from what I gather from from what it seems like y'all saying, like the U.S. is so important, so important, so important. And I personally don't feel that way. And the reason why I don't feel that way is because the U.S. there's the connotation or the conversation is always like the U.S. is the number one in this, and they lead that, and it's so important, and they have this, that, and the other. But then, okay, cool. I'm not saying that that's wrong or that's not true. But okay, what is the reciprocation or what is the what does that lead to? If I'm the coldest running back, I got the most yards, right? Or I had the most touchdowns. It's some metric I can look at that has me leading the world or leading the group. But all these metrics that y'all are saying, all the metrics you use, like we got the biggest this or we got the most this. Okay, well, the most money not here. Most people ain't here. The
Wait, the
only thing that
most
we can
money's not the most money's not here. What do you mean by that?
no, what I'm saying is that if the U.S. is that important to the global structure and how things work, then okay, well, where is the trickle down, or where is the where is the fruits of that tree? If I'm the best, if I have the most, if I have the most productive company in the market, then I'm probably gonna have. You can see the fruits of my labor. Okay, that's the best. Coke is the best, is the biggest soda company. So you can see, oh, they corner this market, that market. They're leading here, there, there, and other, right? All that kind of stuff. Oh, so and so's number two. They just that another. So if the U.S. is leading in all these areas, then you would think, okay, if I'm this, that, and other, well, I set the market on this, or I this, that, and the other. And then, but when I look at the numbers to see, well, who or what country has this, that, and the other, so and so. But we're the only thing we're leading is we have the biggest stock market, but we don't have the most. We have the leading stock market as far as money exchanged, but we're still behind the Japanese and behind the Chinese and behind. I think we're like fourth or fifth. Like we're not leading in categories that would
Fourth and fifth and what?
The New York Stock Exchange has the most commerce that goes through, but the dollar, the US dollar is not number one. Correct?
Hold on. I wanna do this because we're kind of spitballing right now.
I mean, go ahead and check it out. I mean, I'm almost 100% sure about that, but
No, when I say we're the richest country, like I mean it. We're the richest country. You're saying we don't have when you say an education, whatever, like
yeah,
it's so you have, let's see, per capita GDP.
definitely we're not in the top. We're not even top 10, I don't think.
Yeah, we're definitely in the top 10 per capita GDP.
Well, that's what's GDP? GDP is
Gross domestic
gross
product.
domestic product. That's not
And
education.
hold on, I did per capita. I don't need to do per capita because I think what's going to happen is smaller countries end up
Yeah, you need to have
getting
better
leverage.
work
So we
yeah, yeah.
are number one in GDP, gross domestic product. We're number one. China's number two. Japan's number three. And when I say one, two, and three, number one
I'm
was
looking.
at
I'm looking at it.
$25 trillion.
Yeah,
China,
China 17.
17 trillion. Japan, 4 trillion. Germany, 4 trillion. India,
Yeah.
3.3 trillion. So, like, there's a big gap. We are the richest country. Yeah, there's a lot of money being exchanged, and there's a lot of money here, too. So, we might not be first in education. We're not first in fucking healthcare for damn sure. But you can't be first in those things when we have a party that fucking wants to dismantle those things and another one that can't figure out what the fuck they want to do. And that's where we fucking sit. But America is the market. And you look at, even when you look at and you flip it, the only thing we even have in comparison is when these fucking big production, these movies, they're trying to do a global release and it's all goes to shit if it can't open in China. That's important that market is for film. Take that and put it to everything else, and that's what America is. If you're not selling here, you're not fucking selling.
I'm not an economist, so some of the things you're saying, I'm not disagreeing with you at all. But some of the things you're saying are economists answers. And when you're saying like, well, some of the things you're saying are economist based. But I mean, saying that we're not number one in education, but we're number one in GDP. That says a lot.
Yeah, it does.
It says a whole lot.
It does. Let me ask you let me ask you who you voting for.
Ooh, man.
If you've got to think about it, I can tell you exactly why we're not number one in education. Because you're either voting against it, or honestly, either way, you're voting against it. But you're voting against it right now. I can tell you, my taxes pay for fucking rich people to put their kids in private school, pull them away from public education, which is going to put less value. And also, Little Rock School District, they just closed down 3 schools. They're going to consolidate 8 of them. And this voucher program is crazy.
That's an unfair conversation, bro. Because
no, I'm not going deep into that. But my
yeah.
whole thing is, you're saying my economist things that I brought up, or one thing, and it's like, you're not arguing, not disagreeing, whatever it is. But I pull up that we're number 1 in GDP. We're gross domestic product. We are a resource rich country. We are a rich country. It's probably not distributed as everybody would like, but we're a rich country. But the problem now is that you're saying that that's not a good point, but you want me to accept Twitter followers.
No. Don't grab at a point and harp on it, because as the first time I said I'm not harping on that, you can't go back and say, and you can. I said I'm not harping. I'm just saying, well, let's take all these metrics and use them as a whole, not just use one and say, I'm not saying that Twitter followers is the end all be all. I'm just saying that, okay, let's look at this, and this, and put them together and make an assumption. I'll make a conclusion. What I'm saying is that, like I said, saying that this is happening, there's 15, 16, 17, 20 different factors, socioeconomic, geoeconomic issues that caused XYZ, ABC. So just looking at it as looking at the results or looking at the end, that's not a fair assumption. That's not a fair conclusion. Like, it's the reason why they doing XYZ, because they strategically and systemically made this happen this way. Like, there are people who thought, if we do A, B, and C, then I know in 20 years that E is gonna happen. And then we're gonna come back and be like, well, look at E. It's fucked up. Y'all not doing right. Y'all grades fucked up, or your school's fucked up. Let's go close this down, and so and so. And then the people who are living in it are like, oh man, shit. Well, yeah, that's right. The school's all fucked up. But like, no, y'all didn't give them books. Y'all didn't give them money. Y'all took the money that was supposed to go to them and put it somewhere else. Y'all systemically made these areas fucked up in 20 different ways. Y'all cut all the damn trees down, made it hot, made it hard to work, made it all these shits. And now you're like, oh, y'all fucked up. Now y'all made it fucked up for these people, or these people in the circumstance. And now you're like, shit, we gotta go ahead and bring the state in. We gotta go ahead and we gotta do this. So the answer is true and factual, but the things that led up to the why the answer is factual have to be taken into account.
Are you talking about the Arkansas school thing?
Yes.
Because I mentioned that, but like that's not.
But that applies to any situation. That applies to America as a whole.
Hold on, we're getting away from the plot though, because my whole point was, like, you say that we're the richest country and we're not first in education. That tells you something. And I just asked, who you voting for? Because my response was, the reason why my vote is not a quick answer, because there are systemic issues or systemic things that have happened that maybe have, like, hold up, man, because my eyes and my heart and all the type of things you gotta have to. Voting is not what is voting is a scam to begin with, but the way that they set up voting, it's not as cut and dry as you make it seem, or as you make it seem. I'm not trying to make it seem cut and dry at all. I mean, actually, it really is, because I can tell you live in Texas, right?
Well, of course, yeah.
Who's the governor of Texas?
Abbott.
Greg Abbott, right? Greg Abbott actually wants to strip funds away from public schools.
Exactly.
So if you vote Republican, you are voting for that. So you can't complain about being the richest country and being 35th in education, whatever the hell it is. And that's my point. You have to vote. You can't do both. I don't want to hear anybody talking about, hey, damn, why do we suck at this? But then you vote against it. And you're doing that because you're told a policy, and then you vote for that. And really, where your vote matters, and voting's not a scam, but where your vote matters is in local elections. This whole electoral college shit, I'm in a red state. No matter which way I vote, I know we're getting electoral votes for the Republican Party. Texas is probably going to be that way for a while too. So honestly, the only thing you can really
when Texas, Texas just turned red like the last 2 elections, because Ann Richards is blue. It was a Democrat, wasn't she?
I don't think Texas has voted blue
in the last. I don't know over time.
Ann Richards was a Democrat, wasn't she?
Yeah, but Texas wasn't blue. Texas hasn't been blue, definitely not since Reagan. And I don't think,
Reagan is red, so
well, yeah. And
yeah.
they voted for Reagan, they voted for Bush, they voted for who else ran against Clinton?
I don't know,
Can't
but yeah,
remember
that's
then.
that's.
Then
But
Bush,
what I was
then
what
they
I was gonna
voted
say
for
was
Romney.
what I was gonna say
Obama didn't
was
win Texas.
it didn't. But what I was gonna say was I yeah, local elections are important. Man, voting is a scam, bro. And I'm not saying that in theory it's not a scam. What I'm saying is like people are erratic and voting is not erratic. Voting is concise. And so you're expecting people to make concise decisions when the trappings around what's going on is not concise. Like saying, "Oh yeah, it's simple. Just vote the Democrat, so you can vote again." But no, but when you only have option A, option B, then it's saying that there's only two ways to do something that's a weird way of trying to do anything. Like no, you
Well,
can
I
only
mean,
do A
well,
or B.
you could either do this. So, because we live in a two, I mean, we are in a two-party system.
Yes,
You got two choices. You can vote for a third, but you really are wasting your vote then. You might as well not
exactly.
vote. So now the thing is, it's a two-party system. So you need a vote because what you just said is exactly what they want black men to feel like. It's a scam. And guess what? You don't have a voice. If enough of you feel that way, I can do whatever I want, and you won't have any fucking say in it. And you feel that, like, man, I'm getting over on these niggas. No, you're doing exactly what they want, man. Like, if
I'm not
at the
saying
end of the
don't vote.
day,
I'm saying that I'm not saying don't vote, but I am saying that even in your voting, if I'm saying okay, you can vote for A or B, but what if A has far right interest and B is down the middle? So now I don't even have the option that's on the left is a wasted vote. Like you said, if I vote all the way left, that's a wasted vote because there ain't enough of them. So it's
so
not.
you not vote, meaning
I
one
ain't
less
saying don't
vote
vote.
for the. Well, hold on though, because
Yeah,
I mean, if you're saying it's a scam,
yeah.
saying something's a scam is effectively saying don't do it.
No, no,
I mean,
I'm saying that
because
you
otherwise,
can you
why participate in the scam?
no, I'm saying, but we do it every day. We do it every day in 100 ways on a small and large scale. I'm just saying that understanding that what is going on is not on the up and up is one thing. I'm not saying it's a scam like I ain't voting. I'm saying, oh man, like shit. After going through this process enough time, I've seen that man, shit. How many like me? I don't like to do this, but me being able to touch and talk to politicians, talk to judges, talk to councilmen, talk to state and local officials, have conversations like, hey, so and so, and seeing where their minds is at, like really on a personal level, and knowing that and this is their thing. We put a person on a pedestal or on a position center because they're a councilman or they're a teacher or they're a fireman or they're a policeman or they're whatever, that they have this type of mindset, but they have the same mindset that me and you have. The same conversation we're having right now on this podcast, they had that same conversation between themselves. And they have the same, it's a person like me, it's a person like you, it's a person like Doug. But the difference is we will elect one of these people, and now they're going in with their bias. Not saying that Dub is right and I'm wrong, or saying that I'm right and you're wrong, or saying I'm not saying that anybody's right or wrong, but I'm saying they're going into a position where they have a bias. And now for the next 2 to 4 or 6 years, we're living under that bias. There's it's the checks and balances in the voting process aren't as efficient as they should be.
But
Voting
I
for
mean,
one person to do something that don't make sense. It should be a committee. It should be we voting for a committee. We voting for
but
three
you gotta
people.
say, I mean, you gotta operate in the environment you're in, but also too, like pretending that anybody can be completely objective. Everybody has biases.
Yeah,
Like inherently, you have
yeah.
biases. Like you have a
But can,
bias against listening to me, and I've noticed that. And
no,
I feel
look,
like I
I
can
can
try to
say
overcome your bias, but at the end of the day, I think it might be a lost cause. I just think you don't,
no, no. But
respect me.
I can say,
And
look, you can
honestly,
say, no, hold up. You can say that Drake is on some bullshit 100 times, and I can have a bias to say Drake rap and go hard. But and what I tell people all the time is I'm a superlative I'm a super unbiased person, because even though I understand that I like some of Drake's music, and I'm not a big fan of the way that Kendrick Lamar raps, I'm not gonna say he can't rap. I'm not gonna say Kendrick Lamar can't rap. I'm not gonna say he's not a good artist. I'm not gonna say that he don't jam. I might say that Drake jam harder. I could say that, but I'm saying what I'm talking about being biased is me being like, nah, Drake don't jam at all. And that's how politicians look at situations. And I'm saying this from being like elbow to elbow and have it like they don't look at it like, well, yeah, I don't like what they saying, but there's some truth and it's they don't look at none of the truth in the conversation because they have a party line. They have a party line that'll be like, well, shit, I don't give a damn if 98% of her shit is wrong. I mean, it's right. Shit. We on this side of the party line. So everything she say, or everything he say, we gonna shut down. I'm not shutting down what y'all saying about Drake or about India. I'm debating, but I'm not saying that you wrong. I'm not saying that it's fucked up. But as I say, I'm unbiased in that notion. Now, most people I'll be like, fuck what they saying. I'm going my way 100%. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, being with these people, it's like it's crazy, but it's just what it is. It's like we put people in positions to make decisions for us, and they are more shaky than we are, and we don't even know that shit. We under the guys. Oh man, that's why when we have teachers that teacher fuck student, like yeah man, they people. They gonna fuck up like we fuck up, man. We didn't vet them. We didn't vet them the way we should have. We didn't take we gave them a title and walked away. We didn't give them a title and said like, okay, you got a title and we finna, check on you every 6 months, 3 months. We finna ask you questions. Nah, we like shit. You were so and so. Do what you do and walk away. And then 3 months later, when they do X, Y, Z, you're like, how the fuck that happened? Like, cause you didn't check the person. You ain't give a damn. You thought because they was a doctor, teacher, lawyer, so and so, they was gonna do what their title said.
But at the end of the day, you live in this system now and you pay taxes, right? All I'm saying is, believe it's a scam or not participating just guarantees that you're just taking. I mean, you're voting for someone.
I agree.
So why not actually pick who you're voting for versus just be the will of the wheel alignment, as Kendrick says.
I didn't say that. I never said I at no point in this conversation did I say I'm not voting or I'm not. I just said that.
I mean, hey, if you don't want to vote, you don't. I'm just saying my opinion is you should. But also, I have no idea how the fuck we even got here.
I said I'll say this because I know I said that it's a scam, and then you assume when I said it's a scam, you assume
even before this voting in general. Like
but I'm just saying I didn't say I wasn't gonna vote or I just said it was a scam, and then you told me how I should vote for X, Y, Z, and blah, blah, blah. But what I'm saying is the spirit of America independence, and we generally the comfort of America is also group thinking and group movement. So I think that's where some of the issue comes in, because the spirit is like you do your own thing and make it work and work under these constitutional laws or whatever. They're made to be general so that everybody can function. But it's comfortable to just, like it said, Democrat, Republican, I roll with that, so and so. I don't got to think. I just go with my day. Yeah, they whatever. And that's where the issues. That's where all the issues usually start, right there.
But you don't have to do that. You can actually look at each candidate. You can go to their town halls. They're usually more accessible at local elections. Mm-hmm. But I mean, who's done that? I can tell you who does. All right, don't bullshit me.
No, really,
you ain't gone to no town hall looking at a candidate before you voted. After you telling me voting's a scam, you still gonna vote, but you're participating at that level.
To be candid and forward with you.
Not for the cam, bro. Not for the cam.
Let me tell you, to be kind of like I literally talk with councilmen and state representatives on a weekly basis, like have conversations with them about different functions in our community, in the Houston, in the city of Houston. We have the conversations like weekly. You know what I'm saying? Some of them will be positive, some of them will be negative. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are based on just proximity. Some of them are based on we try and do this. We know y'all do that. How can we make this work? When I say it's a scam, I guess it sounds a certain way, but I mean it like shit. People don't know what's really going on. and people who are getting voted in, or some of the people who are involved in it, they're not going to be forthcoming to tell you that if you do this, that, and the other, we can make this work this way. They're going to be like, shit, yeah,
I
just
think
need.
I think your position is unique, though.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't want you to take the wrong way, because I'm not discrediting anything you just said. All those things you said, what you do on a weekly basis with these representatives and the council people, are correct. I just think you're in a unique position because it's the nature of your work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would ask, if you were in a different profession on just regular JB time, would you take that time out to go to the town hall?
I 100% agree with you, bro. Like that's what I'm
Because
saying.
I know I don't do my due diligence enough to go to these town halls and to fully vet these politicians. Like, I talk to my boy Austin on the daily just about politics, and there's a running joke that I'm voting for Trump, that I'm a Trumper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I do. I have it. We have a group chat where we are bouncing around these conversations of politics, of what this candidate is talking about, what that candidate is speaking about. So I think you're in a unique position because the nature of your business gives you the opportunity to be able to be in contact with these people on a weekly basis.
Well, what I would say too, and I gotta go here, but
I gotta go as well. It's almost 4 hours.
me too.
Jesus.
for I would just say this, because we were talking about earlier, like the education level and everything like that. Just especially with the exposure you have, like that'd be something I'd want to leverage into educating more people on what those councilmen and district, whoever it is,
Yeah.
kind of what they're thinking about, what they're talking about. But I can tell you this: if you lead off with talking about it as a scam, that's automatically, right when I heard it, I was like, okay, so like you just don't vote, you don't participate.
Yeah.
And then
But
at that
I
point,
agree.
and a lot of time your opinion gets moved to the side, because like if you don't vote, then what the fuck do I give a fuck? Like, who cares then? You don't care,
Yeah. But
So
I'm saying I'm out there, like when I'm out, I'm hands on in the community and communities daily. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I say it's a scam, I'm not. I know it sounds. I agree with you. Right. I agree with you that it sounds a certain way, but like I'm saying, it's one thing to say something's a scam and then go in your corner and go in your cocoon and just be like, it's another thing to be like it's a scam, but I'm gonna still make strides to do X, Y. Like I was with Ted Cruz last week. You know what I'm saying?
I
And I'm
don't
not.
believe that you truly believe that voting is a scam, though.
Yeah, I think it's a scam 100%.
But I don't think you think it's a scam, because I
Yeah, it's a
feel like,
scam.
but I feel like some of the work I've seen you do, I don't think you would be doing that if you thought it was a scam.
But what I'm saying, what I'm saying is this. I'm like, okay, what I'm saying is like, if it's 50,000 people in said district and people are getting voted in on 1,000 votes, what's that telling you, bro? That ain't the
I,
will of the people for real.
but I see you actively promoting voting, making sure you get out and vote. I've seen you actively promote that, which is a great thing. I
That's what
don't
I'm
think a
saying.
person who believes that the voting system is a scam, I don't think you would actively promote that. And I know you're not getting paid to promote it. You know what I'm saying? I know this is
Yeah,
and when I ain't being negative. I'm
yeah,
saying
I
I
know.
know
I'm
you
saying,
not. I know it ain't no payola. Like, hey man, I'm gonna get these
yeah,
motherfuckers to vote for me. I know that's
yeah.
not it. So like you genuinely want people to be informed, participate in their local government voting and all of that.
I'm saying
And
that the mayor won on 100,000 votes, bro, 180,000 votes, nigga. It's 2.7, 2.9 million people in the city. So what's that? What? I'm not saying that the people who voted him didn't believe in him. I'm just saying that the scam part is like it's not, it's portrayed as the will of the people, but it's not. But like, nigga, it's 2 point some million people. Houston is bigger than Delaware, but they only had half of Delaware, not even a quarter of Delaware voted. You won on 180 votes or 180,000 votes. You know what I'm saying? And that's the scam. I'm not saying it's a scam as in
well,
the
this is
theory.
like, listen to that though. That's why people aren't voting, because they believe it's a scam. That's the scam.
You think
That's
so?
why it's
And maybe you're right. I don't
yes.
know.
because
I think
people saying fuck it, well I'm gonna go vote. My vote don't count no way. They gonna
It's a
put in
scam.
there
And
who
you
they
know how
want
many
to put in
black
there.
people I hear saying
Fuck.
shit like that?
Yeah, they say that shit.
You know what I mean? Fucking,
it ain't
especially
just black.
here or even in
It ain't
Texas
just
too.
black. It ain't
I mean, just
black,
in
man.
general too. I mean, you go to the
Yeah.
valley too. If the fucking people in the valley, Texas would be an interesting state if people in the valley, if everybody voted, because you would
It'd
actually
be
see
so,
what the
yeah.
fuck it looks like. but that's not going to happen. But also, you look at Dallas, you look at Houston, those stay blue pretty much because they're cities for the most part. But not a lot of niggas are voting. And honestly, the turnout in 2020 was a reaction to Trump. I don't know if you're going to see that again this year. So at this point, man, I don't know. I vote because I want to talk shit, so I'm gonna vote and I'm gonna be able to talk. But if you're not voting, anybody listening to this shit, if you're not voting, then shut the fuck up.
Hey, vote.
That's it.
And be the change that you want. I always say, be the change.
You can't say
vote
or die no more because of P Diddy.
You can't say that no more, man. You can't say that no more, man.
Diddy.
Hey, check it out. We
Cassie didn't.
Man.
Shit. Let me shut up.
Yeah. We 4 hours in. Don't get us canceled yet till we get popping, man. We 4 hours in. Hey, this has been
4 hours.
4 hours. This has been
too much, man.
This has been
arguing.
This has been a fire episode, man. Fire episode. It's gonna Battle of the Boogies. That's gonna be the name of it. The Battle of the Boogies.
Wait till I put this in the system, man, and it starts spitting out these what's called. It's gonna be, man, we're gonna get canceled, bro.
We probably not.
I don't think I said too much.
Not actually. I don't think any countable shit was said, bro. We really didn't go off on a tangent. There wasn't too many F-bombs dropped. This BBL Drake shit is crazy.
BBL Drizzy.
Oh man,
Drizzy thing. All right, y'all.
This has been another episode of the 16 Shots Podcast. Young James Boogie.
Young James Boogie, you are crazy.
Hey, y'all, dog.
And I'm gonna tell you what I
Special
meant.
guest, Mr. Austin Gray, aka
Suck a nigga son.
No,
You got his own.
Get the bitches, man.
We out.
All right, man. Yeah.
Oh shit. All right, bro.